When you're used to being capable of doing anything, you've been capable and reached the level of the success that you are now, you don't always question your capacity because you've done it before. I should just keep being able to do it all the time. So you question the plan because this must be an external issue. I'm perfectly capable. Look where I am today. Why would I be the issue? And don't get me wrong, sometimes it is the strategy, the offer, the product, the team, the internal systems of the business do need tweaking, but it's not always. If you keep running into the same roadblocks over and over and keep trying to fix what's externally, we miss what actually needs to change. And sometimes that's your habit of making decisions from a depleted place. What I'm talking about is the need for a strategy detox. Not a detoxing from the strategy. The strategy 100% matters. I think we all know in business you need a strategy, you need some intention and direction. What I'm saying is detoxing from using strategy as a way to avoid your capacity, what you're actually capable in this moment of doing. And I'm not talking about capable forever, it's just like right now, what you're capable of doing. A lot of us have learned to respond to this discomfort of things aren't working with more output. If I feel unclear, I plan. If I feel behind, I work harder. If I feel anxious, I pivot. If I feel tired, I optimize. And if I feel uncertain, I go looking for the next move to find that answer. And yes, that does sound very responsible. Anyone would tell you, yes, that sounds great. It looks like leadership. It looks like I'm being proactive. But underneath it, there's this real belief that I think so many of us aren't quite aware of. And it's this idea that if I stop moving, everything might fall apart. And that's the part no one wants to admit. If they stop moving, stop doing, stop being a part of every little piece, how is it all supposed to stay together? How are we supposed to still make money, make sales? How are we supposed to keep the team and clients happy if things aren't moving? Constant pivoting, tweaking, and adjusting can feel very strategic. But sometimes it's just fear with panic dressed up as discernment. It's your nervous system trying to create certainty by managing everything around you. Because, of course, we want to be certain. There's a lot riding on our shoulders. We want to know what's going to happen next. But that's actually where you get stuck. The clients are there, the revenue's there, the team is working together. There is proof that the business is running. But behind the scenes, I'm guessing you might be a little exhausted. I talk from complete experience. Everything looks fantastic. But when I get to that point where my capacity is at its limit, my brain will not turn off at night. I'm carrying the entire business in my head. I'm checking everything, I'm thinking about everything, I'm solving everything, and I'm trying to anticipate everything. Literally everything is trying to be conceptualized in my head. And then when my energy can not handle anymore, it drops. Though I might think something could be wrong with me, I keep tweaking the business because that's easier. But what's actually happening is that my capacity is just on max, and it's really hard to admit. But what I want you to really understand has nothing to do with ambition, intelligence, your ability. It's just your capacity. And I think so many of us think about capacity as being able to handle more, like becoming the kind of woman who is able to carry everything without complaining. But no, that is not the goal. Capacity is about understanding what you could actually hold, receive, lead, and sustain without abandoning yourself, which is very different. I could do everything under the sun, but if the entire time I'm neglecting myself and what I need just as a human being, there's no way I'm going to be able to accomplish what I need to do to be super successful in the long run. If your version of growth requires you to constantly override yourself, that's more of an endurance. And a lot of successful women have mistaken endurance for incapacity. They often think, well, I could do it. I could take it on. Technically, yeah, I could take on more. But that means I could push through. I could answer emails at 10 p.m. I can rewrite the plan over the weekend. I could hold the team together. I could fix the client issues. I could keep going and going and going. But just because I can carry all of that does not mean the business is designed well and I'm going to be able to sustain this for years to come. And that's the reframe. Yes, 10 years ago, Aaron could have easily sustained all this. But that was me 10 years ago. And though it was sustainable then, it doesn't mean it's sustainable now because life changes. And I want you to think about that. How maybe, yes, a year ago you could have been capable, but your body could only sustain so much for so long. And your ability to tolerate pressure is not proof that the strategy, the structure isn't working. Sometimes it's just proof that you have become very good at surviving inside a structure that does not support you anymore. Until next time, keep rebelling, keep rising.